So it's next weekend, and I think they've put it on another shift at the post office because I've just been ordering stuff all week. So we'll do a bit of an unboxing and have a look at what we've got. I think I remember everything that I bought. This is a bit of a fail already. No. So this is just a rip-off 044 fuel pump. We've got a mount as well for that. So we'll go off the bottom of the fuel cell to this, and then we've got a surge tank here as well, I'm guessing, somewhere. Just so we're not having all the fuel sloshing around in the back of the tank. That is the fuel cell that we had in the CV8. It just wasn't really set up for it. It's set up with hangers in it. That is a idle air control valve for the CV8. We damaged the other one putting it in. Transmission filter kit for the 4L60 and a new gasket with solenoids for the VL. We do also have we're going to put a sump plug on the 4L60. We did it on the old CV8 and just kept throwing new oil in it, and it seemed to last pretty well, so we're going to do the same thing again with this one. Torque converter bolts for the CV8 T400. Oh no, I cut the Malik sticker. The guys at Malik's again, obviously, always helping out. I do have enough of them stickers at the moment because I've done that many orders at the moment. So these are cam bearings and main bearings. So obviously the cam bearings were gone in it once we took them out. So we just decided to put a whole set in it, and obviously the crank came out anyway. So these do have certain positions. So CH25-1 is 1 and 5, CH25-2 is 2 and 4, and then CH25-3 is position 3. So I've never done cam bearings. That's what I'm guessing that tool is there. Normally I would just send out the motor and get it fixed. More of a time thing more than anything, but just wanted to show you guys that, well, hopefully I can do it. I've never done it, but you can do these things at home. And that is the mount for the 044. So we'll probably do two parts of this video. One part will be all the LS rebuild stuff, LS related, and then the second part will be working on the VL itself, doing the Raptor lining. I've gone through and welded up all the stuff in the engine bay, taking out the old fuel lines, get ready to Raptor underneath it, and then, yeah, obviously we'll have a look at the fuel pump, mount everything up like that, put the fuel cell in there, get it mounted. So yeah, I'll go and get the block, and we can have a look at the tool. Product manual, 100% brand new. You would hope so. But anyway. It just sits on there. I thought it was threaded, but that's pretty handy. So you just center it on the rear or front bearing and then just flog them out or flog them in, depending on which way you're going. So there might be some sort of higher level of genius out there that I don't have, but I can't get this tool in the actual die itself. I probably bought some Chinese cheapo thing. I can't get the die in through this hole, so we're gonna have to obviously push them all out through this way so I can get the tool through. I've already taken the first one out. And then install them back the other way. So, might be a bit awkward because I'm trying to do it on camera. If you can see that, they are completely shot. Also, when you buy the kit, they come in order of how they have to be installed. I just double checked before, but so yes, this is a bit awkward, to be honest. Again, I've never done it, so maybe buy the expensive tool, not the cheap one. It is. Yeah. Put that bar in there, it's heaps easy to line it up. Get it square. Really trying not to bark up the tunnels themselves, but so there is a heap of different sizes with these for different models. So I think it's like the first gen LS's to 03, and then from 03 to when they changed to the Gen 4 block, and then basically from the Gen 4 on they're all the same. So I've gone through and just put a 12 o'clock mark on there in relation to the block, the way it sits. So there is an oil port here. It goes through that hole. There is 2 holes, you only need 1. Yeah. So there's 2 holes on them, you only need 1. So I've just put a 12 o'clock mark to just position where it is. The hole's actually a lot bigger than what I thought. It actually goes about that far. I thought it was quite critical to get that dead on. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but there is a fairly big port there, so it's not overly critical. Obviously you don't want to get half a hole, but so I'm thinking, and surprisingly, there's the different sizes for what position they have to go in. If you take the middle one, it completely slips straight through. Even the second one completely go through the 1st and 5th hole. So I didn't realise there was that much difference in the bearings. Also, these are a lot wider than the GM ones, and the GM ones' holes are a lot smaller too. They obviously fit in there, so the Durabond stuff is probably an upgrade, I would imagine, to the standard ones. So this is probably Durabond Wisdom. So yeah, that wider bearing fits a lot better inside here, and it's a lot easier to line up, obviously, where it needs to be in between the two edges of the block there. So yeah, I'd say that's obviously an improved design that they've come up with. So these are main bearings, I guess, Clevite brand. So there is just a little note here that says, with the thrust bearing, there's 2 marks on this side and 3 marks on that side, and it just says that the one with 3 marks goes to the back with the flywheel. But other than that, it's pretty simple. These can only really go one way between the block and the main caps. So there's a little notch there, and there's a notch in the side here as well. So you don't really want any lube on the surface of these. When you go to put the crank in, you'll lube them up. So if you just line them up with the other side and get that notch in the right position, just pop them in like that. You obviously want them flush either side. Again, this isn't probably how you should rebuild an LS, but it's how we're doing it. So we did go and watch the block Yeah, we washed the block up yesterday, so it came up probably a lot better than what it was. It was a DOD motor, so they're filthy inside. I'm not sure whether it's the oil they use or something to do with the galleries, but yeah. So same thing with the thrust bearing on number 3. It's got the 3 marks on this side and the 2 marks on that side to go back to the side with 3 goes to the flywheel. So we've gone through, obviously put the bearings in. Just wanted to show you that with these LS engines, so the main caps, obviously you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on your 5th one, it's reversed around the other way. So your mark will be on this side. Not really sure what the reason is behind that, but that's how it goes. So. It's probably very hard to see, but just thought I'd show you on this. You're trying to line up with the bottom marks on the thumbs in the way on the tool. So we need to go to 15. So I'm on the 10 there. If you go a full revolution around to the 0, you'll end up back on the 20. So you go from 0 to 2, 4, and then line it up with the middle one, 15 foot-pound. So these go from the center out, and you want to do the inside ones first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then do the outer ones. Of course, GM decided to make these bolts 13 and these bolts 15. So anyway, we'll go around and torque them up to 15 foot-pounds, and then once you do that, you actually go back through again with a dial gauge and torque them up. I think it's, I'll double check. But yeah, you actually you want 15 foot-pound the first time, and the second time you go to a degree. You probably thought I was going to torque them up with the Ryobi rattle gun. Yeah, so basically we've done a heap off camera. It's been the Bathurst 1000 weekend, and I haven't been filming a great deal. I've just been in the shed working on the cars, and yeah, haven't been filming a great deal. So we've done the valve springs, lapped the valves, put the heads on, basically got that ready to bolt to the gearbox and drop into the car. There is some photos at the end of the video, which is now where I'm voiceovering, but yeah, there is some photos here of basically the car in the Raptor. We've sorted out some of the fuel cell, doing the brake hard lines, return lines, and just getting the front end assembled. Basically, we've got VT brake upgrade hubs and everything to go on there as well. So yeah, we're just waiting for the rail plates to do the Raptor in the engine bay, the white Raptor, and yeah, we'll get it into a roller pretty soon, at least, I hope.